Hello! I know it's been a supremely hot minute since I did any type of update about anything on this channel, but I do update more on my Instagram, so you should follow that if you're interested. And I just wanted to do a really quick in quotes, because garden update and a little tour of what's going on currently in the garden, because it's spring. It's April 21st, and I just want to show you what's been going on in the garden. So the mic stopped working earlier when I did this the first time. So here's the mailbox garden. I planted a new lamb's ear because one died, and there's also a chive slash potentially daylily. I'm not entirely sure what got put in there, but there's definitely a hyacinth, but it's out of bloom. The daffodils are blooming though, so that's really nice. And a tulip should be blooming pretty soon. Now the tree garden. Starting over here, there's some tulips that are coming up that I planted early this spring. I don't know if they're actually going to bloom, but they're here. The Brunera have these like forget-me-not blooms on them. I really like that texture, especially when you have the lavender right here with it. And you're going to notice some extra statuary throughout. Little dragons here and there. The little colorful dragons are from a Christmas tree shop. And a lot of the statuary came from my stepdad and mom's house. Because my mom passed, I have all the statuary now, which is great because it's adorable. This is the hellebore. As it ages, the blooms get darker. Or I should say, as the blooms age, they get darker. I had to fill in this area with more hellebore and hyacinth because the delivery men were just walking through here and walking on plants for some reason. So as soon as I could, I planted as many things as I could, which just meant 5 hellebore and 5 hyacinth. So the squirrels kind of got to some of them, and some of them are already out of bloom, but there were hyacinths here. This is the oldest one. The biggest one is one I planted last year. It's doing phenomenal, and the leaves will stick around all year, like the whole growing season. It's like an evergreen perennial, which is pretty great. And this is snow in summer. This is way more aggressive than I thought it would be, but it looks really pretty. I'm gonna just leave it, see what happens. And it's already growing over the stones, so. This is potentially one of my favorite little views. Like, look how happy this little gargoyle guy is. He's having his best little life with all the blooms. So cute. This is also very exciting. I almost forgot I planted this. This is a mountain gold alyssum. I winter sowed it last year. It didn't do anything, and this year it's blooming, which is fantastic. And I'm just going to leave that one alone. Yeah, the heuchera with the new growth being this really bright green and the old growth having the red. I could cut it back, but I kind of want to leave it for now. And this is also very exciting. We love autumn joy, so those coming back are amazing. I thought this bush was dead. There's 2 of them. There's one here and one over there. I dug them up last year and planted them immediately when I made this garden. And I wasn't entirely sure if they were going to make it. There were lots of leaves that fell off and browning of leaves and just unhappy business, but there's little flowers. So I did something right. Blooms. Blooms. There's some things in here that aren't going to grow back. That Agastache or Agastache isn't going to come back. I'm really hoping this comes back because I liked the fall color this gave, but in case it doesn't, then it doesn't. This little stepping stone isn't a stepping stone. Please don't step on it. That tiny little hand is me. This one was probably my mom, and that one is my Aunt Patty. We made it when we all lived together forever ago. The front shady garden. The catmint is doing great. The forsythia is in bloom. Daffodils are in bloom. So are some hyacinths. And things are just popping out of the ground, which is so exciting. And I think a lot to do with it is the mulch, making everything a lot warmer, and the temperatures are going up. So that's really cool. I planted 2 amazing daisies from Proven Winners in here. Fingers crossed that they live. That red Husker penstemon came back. There was a second one that I transplanted that did not come back, so I'm very excited that this one decided to. Then we have... This is going to be extended to the front, where the stakes are, basically. So I have more room to garden, but also it's going to line up with the shady side going to the walkway. But we are going to have a curve to this one to match the tree garden curve and the mailbox curve. I tied up and trimmed back the climbing rose, and it looks so healthy. Oh, it looks so good. So exciting. To what I call the shady side. It's right under our living room window. The autumn joys are up. Hyacinths were in bloom. I'll insert some pictures of how pretty it is when there's blooming, and the little fairy is really cute. Daylilies. Oh, the peonies, I don't know if they're going to bloom this year, but because we trimmed branches, they might. Fingers crossed. That little raccoon was made by my grandfather many years ago. I have a couple other things from him in the garden as well. I will be bringing them inside every winter, or in the fall when it starts getting really gross, because I want to keep it looking real cute. Now on to what used to be called the rhododendron garden, but we're debating the name change. And yes, you did see a giant pile of sticks and leaves, because I haven't moved them yet. The reason for the name change is you might notice there's only one rhododendron. And this is a Dark Lord rhododendron, and because nothing could kill him, I'm naming him Sauron. I know there's probably better names, but I'm on the Lord of the Rings kick, and you can't stop me. You'll also notice some purple dragon lamium still in its containers and not in the ground. It's been really cold and windy and gross, so I haven't done it yet. But there's going to be a nice little border between the grass and the garden with some lamium. I haven't seen any pop up here yet, but there are hostas back here. Woo. Tree's starting to poke me. Somewhere in here there are hosta. There are definitely some in this general area, but they haven't popped up yet. Unless that's one right there. Maybe that's one right there. Maybe that's one right there. Nope. I don't know. But there are some in here. And we're gonna carefully... Oh, there's some blooms on this one. How exciting. That's cute. Okay. That's real cute. In the kitty cauldron, we have a primrose. The last primrose that I planted were dug up by squirrels, so I tried putting lavender around it, and it doesn't really seem to be deterring them. So, but again, there's a little raccoon that my grandfather made over there. I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of the spring update. Part 2 will be coming out soon. I didn't mean to have this be multiple videos, but I talk too much, and I see pretty shiny things in my garden, so I hope you guys like this video. If you do, please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell, and that way you can be notified when part 2 comes out and any other future garden videos, because I'm planning to do a lot more this year, and I'd love for everyone to be on this journey with me. I don't know a super ton about gardening, and gardens always change, so it'd be really awesome if you guys stick around for it. And if you really like this video, you should share it with your cat, share it with your dog, share it with your friends. When you do share with your friends on social media, please remember to tag me, and then my links are down below. I have an Instagram where I kind of update daily, if not every other day, of cute things that I see in my garden or on any little trips I do that I visit a garden. So you should check that out. I do have a TikTok. It is more book talk and adult book related. So for those with small children, young children, just be aware. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in part 2.